are 10 days away from Christmas. That means I'm in the mood to talk Christmas movies, but not just any Christmas movies, alternative Christmas movies, the ones that don't quite fit neatly into the classic definition, the ones that some people like to debate whether they are in fact Christmas movies. Today we are reacting to an article on 10 of the best alternative Christmas movies of all time. Let's talk about it. While I'm talking, be sure to join me down below in the comments section. Let me know, what are some of your favorite alternative Christmas movies? Not the obvious stuff about a family opening presents on Christmas morning or about Santa Claus, but those movies that pull in other genres that make people go, hey, is that really a Christmas movie or is that just a movie set at Christmas time? What's your favorite of those movies? Also, if you enjoy these types of videos, they're actually recorded live over on my Patreon page. There's links down below in the description where you can learn more about Patreon, where you can join that community and be a part of all of these live streams. And the article we are reacting to is also down below if you want to check it out. With all of that said, let's dive into the 10 best unconventional Christmas movies ranked, at least according to MovieWeb. I'll tell you right now, right out of the gate on this thing, they're picking a wild one. They pick a choice and it's like, really? That's what you went with? Movie number one on their list of the 10 best unconventional Christmas movies, Reindeer Games. To the best of my knowledge, this is the first time ever that Reindeer Games has ever been included on a best of list ever. It has never happened before. And let me show you why. But you head on over to Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 25% critic score and only a 28% audience score. This means audience and critics disagree on everything except one movie, Reindeer Games, and they do not think that Reindeer Games is one of the best Christmas movies or alternative Christmas movies of all time. Now, this is kind of one of those movies where you always expect it to be a little bit better than it actually is. Because of the cast involved, you got of course, Ben Affleck in the lead, you got Gary Sinise, Charlize Theron, some other familiar faces sprinkled in there. And in addition to that, like the creative team behind the scenes are solid talent. It's not immediately obvious why this movie didn't work. It's like a heist movie with a bunch of twists, turns, reveals, deceptions, set during Christmas, with ex-cons, like all of this kind of stuff that just kind of makes for potentially a really interesting, engaging Christmas heist action movie. But it's just not very good. It's just a really bad version of it. I believe there was a whole bunch of reshoots, a bunch of rewriting, and so when you tie it all together with the final version, it doesn't really work. So the idea that it's on a list of 10 best unconventional Christmas movies, yeah, probably not so much. There's not a lot of people that are agreeing that this is one of the best at anything. Just look at that Rotten Tomatoes score. Today's video is brought to you by Rocket Money. Ever feel like your money just disappears every month? It's easier than ever to just overspend. Whether that's subscriptions you forgot about, ordering takeout, or just buying things online. Rocket Money helps you to rein in your finances by helping you see exactly where your money is going. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money shows you all your expenses in one place, including your subscriptions. Whenever I first started using Rocket Money, I realized there were some streaming services that I had multiple subscriptions to the same service, and Rocket Money helps you cancel them. Their dashboard lays out your total financial picture, including paydays and bill due dates. Rocket Money has saved users $2.5 billion, including $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million users save up to $740 per year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Chandler today. That's rocketmoney.com/Chandler. rocketmoney.com/Chandler. We've got The Long Kiss Goodnight. Now, this is a Shane Black penned script. And one of the quintessential things about Shane Black is he loves setting his scripts at Christmas time. And this one, it's kind of like if you haven't seen it, kind of a Jason Bourne kind of situation of a person that has incredible skill sets as assassin spy person, gets amnesia, but from a very different perspective. It's nothing like the Bourne identity outside of the someone with a skill set has amnesia and they're slowly figuring that out. That person is Gina Davis. It's Shane Black, witty dialogue, subversion of expectations within the genre. So all the kind of classic stuff that you expect, and it's set at Christmas time. And beyond that, it's not like there's Christmassy stuff in here beyond when it's set. But Shane Black loves to do that kind of thing. And it's Rennie Harlin directed. So this guy, Cliffhanger, Die Hard 2, when he was still getting big budgets to do big, slick action movies, kind of during his solid run. Right now, he's doing, Strangers Chapters 1 through 3, which, not so great. Back in the 90s, he was a pretty solid, or a rock solid action director, and this is one of those movies. I've actually never been all that much into The Long Kiss Goodnight. I've seen it many times across the decades, and as someone that enjoys Rennie Harlin, enjoys Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson, enjoys Shane Black scripts, it's a movie I always feel like, and also I just enjoy amnesia action thrillers. That's a plot device that I just find interesting. I've never liked this movie as much as I feel like I should. I don't dislike it. I'm not dogging it. I'm not trying to burn it to the ground. I've just never enjoyed it as much as I feel like I should. And it's a totally random deep cut. I think I have a Patreon exclusive movie review for this movie from like 7 or 8 years ago. I think Cody Leach had me review it. I think that's a thing that actually happened for my supporters over on Patreon. But as a Christmas movie, it's just Christmas, set during Christmas. If you like Shane Black, it's worth checking. Black Christmas. This, of course, is very much intertwined with the Christmas season because Christmas is right there in the title. And one of those pivotal 70s slashers that started to lay the foundation for the genre. I mean, this one predates Halloween by 4 years, and it starts to have some of those classic beats. The way we think of a slasher, it's one of the movies that laid that foundation, and it did so at Christmas. So I think absolutely this is a top contender for a list like this because it's a genre film, it's a horror film, overtly so, but it's also very deep into the world of Christmas. It is a pivotal film in terms of its importance for a genre that has continued on till today. And this is a movie that has been remade multiple times. Every 20 years or so, they're like, let's do another Black Christmas. Let's give it another try because there is something to that central premise that continues to work. I don't want to give twists and turns away about where everything goes, but there's the idea of these, even kind of the central idea of like a creepy phone call. This is used in Scream. This is even taken from this franchise and taken over by a very prominent running franchise still to this day. So really important movie, very Christmassy. Totally agree. Totally get it. Fun detail about this one: this is not the only Christmas movie from the director. From this director, a few years later, he decided he would do another Christmas movie. He did some comedies, Porky's, the second Porky's, and then A Christmas Story. So sometimes you want to put a director in one box and they just refuse it. So he does Christmas slasher, raunchy 80s comedies, and then wholesome back in the 80s, this was a nostalgia film because it was set decades before the 80s. So this like timeless nostalgia Christmas movie, that is an interesting career right there. We've got Batman Returns, and obviously unconventional pick in regards that you think Batman Returns is, well, a Batman movie and a comic book movie. And it is very much that, but it also is very much set during Christmas, that there's Christmas festivals, it's snowing all the time. The Christmas vibe does heavily play into the movie. I would say that there's more to being a Christmas movie than just being set during Christmas. I think that is a too low of a bar for the definition of Christmas movie, and this one is, the setting is very much Christmas, but I also would say that it's not central to the plot or themes in any sort of way either. Now, Batman Returns is a pretty pivotal film in my formative years. That the first Batman was like the first big movie I remember coming out, and one of the first movies I remember seeing in the theater, and was very much an on-ramp for me getting into the level of fandom that has defined my life as it has turned out in my career now. And so then you jump forward 3 years after joining the fandom, Batman Returns becomes this movie that we were excited for before it came out. We were tracking it. My whole family were kind of into it. And so even more so was a key pivotal piece in my formative years. I can't say that it's a movie that has stayed with me with time as well as some other formative years for me. Like, they're completely respected as a Tim Burton film. And in an era where we have so many comic book movies that feel directed by committee, focus grouped to appeal to everyone and optimized for the broadest possible audience. And then you get Batman Returns, where the opening scene is a child being abandoned and a guy's biting noses off and making all sorts of innuendo about his flipper trick. And this is not a movie optimized by a focus group whatsoever, so much so that they did McDonald's tie-ins, and McDonald's got mad at them for making such a dark movie, which led to Batman Forever and Batman and Robbins. Kind of love all of that. But is it a movie that, like, for me, delivers what I want from a Batman film? Not exactly. It's much more a film that I enjoy as a Tim Burton superhero movie, and not so much as a Batman movie or a Christmas movie. Here is an absolute classic of unconventional Christmas movies, Gremlins, where even in the graphic right there, it's of a present. The idea of, like, the kickoff for it is the dad is trying to find something interesting, different ways. Like, a salesman, and also wants to get his son the perfect gift. And along this little journey, find something dangerous with an unpredictable set of rules that don't actually make a ton of sense if you play it out in reality. But yeah, Gremlins is a pretty classic example of alternative Christmas movie, that there's a bunch of Christmas ties in it. There, of course, is the setting, the snow, Christmassy grift, and Gremlins, of course, is an 80s classic of just even and a great example of just the weirdness of it. Well, you can't feed them after midnight. You can't get them wet. And you're like debating, well, what if you're on a plane? You're eating, what if it's on a plane and it's traveling across time zones? How does that, like, all the weirdness that you can do with it. But that's the fun of it. Just the strange oddities that tie into the nature of the whole thing. It's written by Chris Columbus, who went on to do the Home Alone films, other Christmas classics. So yeah, absolutely, Gremlins belongs on this list. No argument here, no fighting with me whatsoever. Just solid movie and appropriate levels of Christmas ties. Today's video is brought to you by HelloFresh. You may have heard of HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit, delivering chef-crafted recipes and ingredients right to your front door. But this isn't the HelloFresh you remember. HelloFresh has doubled the size of their menu. Now you can choose from 100 options each week. Feel great with an even healthier menu. This is the big one for me. You can choose from 15 plus high protein recipes each week. Get get steak and seafood options delivered every single week, no extra charge. They now have 3 times the seafood options. As someone that eats a ton of protein, that's huge for me. I enjoy cooking, but I have no idea what I'm doing. HelloFresh delivers the ingredients in the right proportions and tells you exactly what to do so someone clueless like me can still cook amazing meals. I use HelloFresh, and you should too. The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/SeanChandler10FM now to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/SeanChandler10FM to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. Woo! Getting spicy with this next one. Eyes Wide Shut. Woo! Stanley Kubrick's last film and a movie where the husband and wife cruise couple tried to spice things up in front of the cameras for all of the world to see. And you are diving into certainly alternative territory, as it's psychological, it's erotic, it's loaded with sexual content. Not one for the kids. I'm not thinking like, hey, honey, we're looking for a new Christmas movie to show the kids. Eyes Wide Shut. Let's make sure we have the interesting family. That's not where I'm thinking any of this is going, but that's the whole point of this list. This is an alternative Christmas list. In case of this one, it's a Christmas movie that features a masked orgy. Yikes! Fun times! But there are Christmas tie-ins here and there in it. There is the setting to it, but this is not one that historically a lot of people have tried to argue is the big talking point. But I guess if you were looking for your Christmas erotic thriller with the Kubrick artistic touch, you could bring this one up. Honestly, I have not watched this one recently enough to be able to chime in too much on my personal feelings on it versus also its Christmassy vibes. I'm a little bit too detached from this one, but certainly an amusing one to put on the list if you're looking for something alternative. Next film on here, Carol from 2015, and gotta claim ignorance on this one. Not only have I not seen this movie, I don't even think I've heard of this movie. So I don't know if that means that they've just picked a really obscure film or if I've just got a big gigantic blind spot, but I cannot comment whatsoever on this one because I know nothing of it, except it stars my pretend cousin, Kyle Chandler. Though I do in fact have a cousin named Kyle, who is about the same age as Kyle Chandler, and who is a real-life coach, not just a pretend coach like Kyle Chandler. Television Kyle Chandler. Number 3 on this list, this is offensive. This is offensive. Die Hard. If we are going to include Die Hard on any Christmas list, the idea that it would not come in at number 1 is so wildly crazy to me that this could ever be a circumstance that this could happen. Of course it should be included. It is, the best straightforward action movie of all time. And I think pretty easy to argue it's a Christmas movie, both thematically and plot-wise. But why on earth is it number 3 on this list? What is going on here? What breakdown of society has happened that Die Hard would be at number 3? Strong placement, but number 3? What is ahead of this movie? What is going on here? You got a perfectly constructed action movie that is memorable, that launched a zillion clones, inspiration, a million annual traditions, incredible t-shirts, a small detail that you might not have noticed. Actually, there's actually 2 right here. That is Gizmo on this list, and right behind him is a wooden Nakatomi Plaza that is a little slider counting the days down to Christmas as Hans Gruber falls. It's right there. If you go back and watch my videos for the last couple months, you'll see a little structure right there. Sometimes Gizmo's there, sometimes Gizmo's not. That's not Nakatomi Plaza, because it's that important that it needs to be on my walls right behind me in all of these videos, and only number 3. Crazy. That is pure insanity. You guys know my love for Die Hard. I don't really need to sell you on that one, but let's see what else is on this list that beat Die Hard. Coming in at number 2, Anna and the Apocalypse. I am so deeply resentful right now because I want to be really excited that Anna and the Apocalypse is included on this list. I saw this movie at its world premiere at Fantastic Fest. I had no clue what it was. I think it was my first Fantastic Fest. It was one of the first movies I saw there. I didn't know what was going on. And it turns out I walk into this movie and it is the best zombie apocalypse high school musical that I have ever seen, a Christmas high school musical that I've ever seen and that will ever exist. But it's a great Christmas movie. It's a great zombie movie. It's a great coming of age music movie, and it's a fun musical. All at the same time, and I'm trying to convince my wife to watch it. I think Chloe might be the mechanism that's able to make this happen. All I want to do is be able to praise the fact that they included this movie, which I love. However, they've positioned it ahead of Die Hard. You could just, all you have to do is put it behind Die Hard and I'll be like, oh, what a fun placement. What a great pick. Oh, going for a deep cut, putting people on people's radar. Love it. But you put it in front of Die Hard. So all of a sudden I'm like, what's going on here? Anna and the Apocalypse, like the great little cult film. Great. I'm all for it. But in front of Die Hard, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We are hyping up something the wrong thing, like in the wrong way. You don't have to knock back Die Hard to prop this up. Throw it on this list and I'm all for it. Throw it on this list prominently and I'm all for it. But yeah, like if you like zombie movies, if you like musicals, if you love Christmas, merge all those together. And the thing it's like a smaller budgeted film, so it's like a true indie movie that just did something special. And it's the sort of thing like you just want more people to see it. It's the kind of movie you want to root for because it's true indie cinema that cut through, found something interesting, merged genres together in a way that you can like summarize it as the best zombie apocalypse Christmas high school musical film of all time. That captures the movie perfectly. And the quirkiness of it, the fun, everything. Just don't put it in front of Die Hard. But we've got one movie ahead of Die Hard on here. Or one more movie ahead of Die Hard. What is the number 1 unconventional Christmas movie of all time? The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, I guess I can understand for if your flavor is the Tim Burton vein rather than the action vein. I can at least get it. Like, I'm not as offended by this pick because I also fully understand there's a lot of people that are in this category. I'm not a super big Tim Burton person. I only watched The Nightmare Before Christmas for the first time a few years ago. And I think it was because my kids wanted to. And my kids want to watch it every year. So like I've seen The Nightmare Before Christmas 3 or 4 times now. Almost exclusively driven by my children's excitement for it. So on that, like I get that I don't want to argue too much with this one because I think this is an earned disagreement. I'm an action guy. That's my thing more so than goth Tim Burton guy. And I'm not super into Nightmare Before Christmas. So I wouldn't remotely have it at number 10 on my list or set off my alarm while I'm doing a live stream. Got a phone call in 10 minutes. Patreon video chat in 10 minutes. But I get it. I'm not going to argue too much with it. And it's a movie that merged, like, is it a Halloween movie? Is it a Christmas movie? Well, I mean, obviously it's a Christmas movie, but it has that gothic vibe that you feel around Halloween. So it kind of merges 2 holidays in an interesting way, has memorable characters, has songs that people still listen to, and it's a style that's not common. And so it just cuts through. It does something interesting and different. I respect it. I totally get it. Not for me, not my thing, but fair enough. I get it. So there you have it. That is their list for the 10 best unconventional Christmas movies of all time. Few picks in there that I think, no, like Reindeer Games, like what are we doing here? How did this sneak into the list? A couple of them I would debate if they're Christmassy enough to fit in, and a lot of them that I'm generally speaking would largely agree with their picks on these different things. What are your favorite alternative Christmas movies of all time? Let me know down below in the comment section, and keep talking movies and TV.